Hello, my name is Fritz Neal. I'm an employee of G2SF and I would like to welcome you to the company. In this short video, I'll briefly like to talk about our company history, corporate leadership, what we do, company recognition, our missions and values, a few of our policies, our systems, and lastly, our benefits. G2SF was founded in 2008 by Greg Smith and Sean Farm as co-founder. Prior to starting G2SF, Greg and Sean were CEO and VP in another company that Greg started in 2000. Greg Smith is G2SF's CEO and Sean Farm is Vice President. Both Greg and Sean are directly involved in day-to-day company activities. Greg's primary responsibilities include company operations including finance, marketing, human resource, with support to service and delivery. Sean is primarily responsible for service delivery of G2SF service to our customers. Greg and Sean share responsibility for business development and sales. G2SF Inc. is an information technology enterprise solution provider and consultancy with core competencies in IT service management, mobility, IT security, IT engineering, cloud computing service, education, and training. Check out our website if you'd like to find out more. G2SF has been successfully providing professional services to the US government in support of the Department of Defense and Intelligence Community, as well as a number of other federal agencies and commercial business for almost a decade. In 2015, G2SF was recognized by the Washington Technology, Washington Business Journal, and Smart CEO as one of the fastest growing companies in the Washington metropolitan area, based on revenue, employee growth over a 3-year period. G2SF was ranked number 776 on the Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in the United States. The company was also awarded the International Standards Organization's 9001 2015 certificate. So with that being said, I will now briefly hand it over to Greg Smith, our CEO, to talk briefly about the ISO 9000 standard and what this standard means to G2SF, as well as how this standards apply to our company.
Okay, thank you, Fritz. I did want to talk a little bit about the ISO 9001 2015. It's an international organization standard, for those of you who may not be aware of it. It's very reputable in terms of describing the types of things that most companies should have in place in terms of operating procedures and standards. And so what I'd like to do is kind of give you a little bit of better appreciation for why we're doing this and what it means to the organization, as well as what it means to everybody in the organization. So let me start with why we're doing this. As a company, we value highly, as do our clients, to provide the highest quality of services and support that we possibly can. And the best way to do that is to have repeatable processes and standards to ensure more predictable outcomes, if you will. And if we have this in place, we can increase the efficiency of our organization, ensure the quality of the services, and meet, I believe, our clients' expectations for the services that we provide. It also distinguishes the company clearly as operating in a manner that's consistent with what's considered to be a best practice. So it's very important for us to have that certification and to be able to communicate to the public the manner in which we do business. So what does it mean to the organization? Well, it means that we're going to follow well-defined standards of performance, and we have to follow those standards in order to maintain our certification, because there will be an audit. They do come back periodically. The International Standards Organization comes into our company and will evaluate us across every one of the standards to ensure that we are in fact compliant, and not that we're just compliant with it on paper, but that we are able to demonstrate the compliance. So very, very important that we're able to do that. And so we will designate specific people within the organization that will have responsibility for maintaining the information that's necessary to demonstrate that compliance. So what does it mean to you as a new employee of the company? Well, what it means is that we have to be very cognizant of the policy, the quality policy, and those standards that we state that we comply with. So by virtue of having this quality management system in place, it's important for you to ensure that you're cognizant of it and that you're doing what you can to ensure that we're providing the highest quality of service and support to our customers. And that we're following what's considered to be the guidance that's provided by the standard in demonstrating those best practices. So I believe that you will find there will be leadership as well as others that will communicate to you the things that we'll do in terms of standard operating procedures that will help to ensure that we are in fact meeting the standards and achieving our goals for quality. So I would encourage you to go online to the Office 365 portal and take a look at the quality management system and the manual that we've created that captures the policies related to quality standards. And the policy that we've established in general that summarizes our commitment to quality, I'd like to read to you. So, G2SF will consistently integrate IT products and services that meet and exceed the requirements and the expectations of our customers while striving for continued growth and improvement. And what I'm doing right now satisfies the other component of the policy, which is the CEO is responsible for communicating the quality policy to all persons working for or on behalf of our organization and making it available to the general public. So as part of our quality management program for the company, we've established some very specific quality objectives, and I'd like to review those with you. So the first one is to achieve customer satisfaction ratings of very good on a scale from unsatisfactory to exceptional. So annually, we conduct a customer satisfaction survey, and we survey all of our clients, and we expect to receive no less than a very good on a scale from unsatisfactory to exceptional. The second objective that we have is to achieve proposal delivery compliance at a rate of 90% or higher. What that means is that within every government proposal or RFP, there are specific compliance requirements. And we are going to exceed those to the extent that we meet at least 90% to 100% of all requirements indicating compliance. The last objective that we've established for us as a measure of our quality, and that is to achieve an employee satisfaction survey rating of a 4.2 minimum on a scale of 1, strongly disagree, to 5, strongly agree, on a number of statements that we use to measure the overall satisfaction of our employee population. Last, I'd like to welcome you to the company and turn it back over to Fritz. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that explanation, Greg. That brings us to our next topic, our mission. Our mission is to radically improve end-to-end development, delivery, and management of IT services by successfully leveraging industry's best practices, frameworks, tools, methodologies, and standards such as ITIL, COBIT, PMBOK, and Six Sigma. As a company, G2SF is committed to demonstrating measurable improvements in agency-wide operational efficiency, infrastructure cost, and end-user satisfaction. G2SF's success is measured by the degrees to which our clients realize these and other benefits are important to them. Our values are simple. Treat the customer better than you would want to be treated. Represent the company in the most positive way possible. Do whatever is necessary to ensure you meet or exceed the customer's expectations. Recognize and reward people commensurate with their contribution to the customer and to G2SF. Lastly, always conduct yourself in the most positive, professional, and ethical manner. G2SF insists on the highest ethical standards in conducting business, behaving and acting in the utmost professionalism. Honesty and integrity are the driving force behind G2's continued success. When faced with ethical issues, employees are expected to make the right professional decision, consistent with our standards of conduct. Employees are encouraged to seek advice from their managers or the human resource department if there is any uncertainty whatsoever. All of G2SF's policies can be found in the employee handbook, online in the G2SF HR portal called Zenefits. You are required to read and acknowledge that you have, in fact, read the handbook by providing an electronic signature. I would like to highlight a few of G2SF's policies that are particularly important. By signing the employee handbook, as an employee, you agree that you will not disclose or use any of G2SF's confidential information either during or after your employment. Here at G2SF, we recognize that the use of the internet has many benefits for the company and its employees. However, unacceptable use of the internet or government-furnished equipment can place G2 and others at risk. In order to keep communications open between G2SF's leadership and all others within the organization, G2SF conducts monthly company-wide town hall conference calls. The medium format and content for the meetings may vary and is considered company confidential. Please plan on attending each month. As a government contractor, we're required by law to record, track, and report our time. We use eFact as our online timekeeping system. Employees are required to record their time to a charge code, including a brief description of the work performed, and sign the online time entry every workday. Human Resource will send the login information on your first day. As an employee, you are paid semi-monthly, with the pay dates on the 7th and on the 22nd of every month. All payments from the company are electronic only. With the first week of employment, new employees are required to email hr@g2sf.com a scanned copy of a void check for verification of direct deposit. As a G2SF employee, typically you occur 5 hours of paid time off or PTO every pay period as indicated on your offer letter. All PTO earned should be used within the same year as it occurred. Unused PTO of more than 24 hours will not be carried over to the next year. Available PTO can be found on your eFact dashboard. G2SF email is hosted by Microsoft and is accessible through our Office 365 systems. All G2SF business and internal communications should be conducted via G2SF email. Communication in support of our government clients should be conducted using government-issued email accounts. As a G2SF team member, you're encouraged to check your G2SF email accounts daily, since G2SF corporate communications is sent to your G2SF email accounts only. G2SF uses Office 365 as a main repository for all company information. You'll be able to access your time card, the company calendar, and other information from here. To access Office 365, please log into Office 365 with your G2SF email and password. Secondly, when logging into Office 365 for the first time, you are required to set up the password recovery. Third, once this feature is set up, you will see the Office 365 homepage. Click on the square applications labeled SharePoint. Next, click on the G2SF Home button. Here, you will see the external sites, our announcement, and the left side of the menu containing the calendar, employee documents, signature block, and much more. G2SF uses Zenefits as our human resource portal for hiring and onboarding employee records management. Any changes to your personal information, for example, address, federal state exemptions, or bank changes should be done through Zenefits. On your first day of work, you will receive an email from Human Resources with your IT and timekeeping system credentials. As a part of verifying identity and employment authorization, employees are required to complete an I-9 form. The required documentation for I-9 form must be verified by your supervisor on your first day. You may choose which documents to present from the list of acceptable documents on Zenefits. G2SF provides health, dental, and vision benefits to all full-time employees. these benefits become effective on the first of the month following the date in which you were hired. G2 pays 50% towards employee cost and 30% towards dependent cost. G2 also offers life insurance, short-term, long-term disability, and accidental death and dismemberment. Employees are eligible for company-paid life insurance in the amount of $50,000 after 1 year of service. G2SF also offers the option to purchase voluntary life insurance paid by the employee. This coverage takes effect on the first day of the following month from the date of hire. G2SF offers a 401k retirement plan through Schwab that is managed by Ubiquity Investment, and employees are strongly encouraged to participate upon hire date. Employees will receive a separate email from Ubiquity Investment with instructions on how to enroll into the G2SF 401k plan. It is important to note that G2SF is an equal opportunity employer. We do not discriminate, nor do we tolerate discrimination of any employee based on their race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, color, nationality, age, disability, or veteran status. In addition, we do not tolerate behaviors that create the potential for the harassment of others. Again, more information regarding all the topics discussed can be found in the G2SF Employee Handbook online in Zenefits. You are required to go online to the G2SF portal, read and acknowledge that you will follow all company policies and procedures. You will be able to review the Employee Handbook during the onboarding process. That concludes the new hire orientation presentation. I hope you found this short video helpful. If you have any suggestions that would help you and other new employees transition into G2SF, or if you have any other questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to send an email to hr@g2sf.com. We thank you for your attention and we look forward to working with you.